Pick up. Let's rewrite this to something like Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. He stated recently that China interfered. He won the 2020 election. And you can see how I'm making these statements, right? I'm not asking a question. So if we make the primary expression a question like, did he win the 2020 election? The moment you make a question a part of the primary expression, what you're doing is you're introducing a gap that isn't answered. So if I said, did he win? We're allowing for many, many answers there. If I just make it a declarative statement, we can analyze that a little bit better. Okay. So to give you an idea, if I said, what is the meaning of life? There's so many answers that are possible there. It's hard to make a determination between what's certain and what's uncertain. So it's better if you use this toolkit to say something like the meaning of life is to live and to love, or the meaning of life is to become better as a person, and be as clear as you can, right? Like the Declaration of Independence is a long document that's it's just making a declarative statement in an argument. And you can use, AIs to be like, hey, can you make the most solid argument that we live in a simulation, or this is base reality? But if you ask the toolkit a question, it's questions introduce like a gap that isn't filled, and it's not going to fill it. It's just going to say, oh, well, there's a big uncertainty here because it's a question. Okay. So what happened? I could find it. There's a secondary coherence score. Here it is. Okay, so 0.52. So this is on a scale of 0 to 1. And the higher the score, the more certain something is. The lower, the less certain it is. So this is like a 50-50 thing. If we go back to, without introducing like the Chinese whatever, what was the secondary score here? 0.76. So it's like, it's more common or more relational that he lost the 2020 election. But if we introduce what he also said, that, China was involved, that went down to about 50%. Right. Okay. So what's uncertain about this? This is what I'm interested in. Absolute no foreign interference of any kind. So he said that, but he later said something else. Absolute Trump won 2020 by a landslide. So this seemed to be true, right? It points out all these things that are certain and uncertain, and you can look at it in a sort of a clearer picture. This is sort of like a skeptic calculator, is the best way I can put it. Anyway, back to the point. You can go to expressionalism.com. This is all free. You can do whatever you want with it. Ask questions. If you're really interested in the philosophy or how this all works, I highly suggest copy and paste the whole framework. Copy and paste the whole toolkit. Grab some of these appendices. The mathematical model's good. The objections addressed is good. Computational substrate's pretty good. Everything else is, you don't really need it. And it's all free. Otherwise, yeah, just read it. I don't know, if you're a mathematician, have fun with that. I don't know. Thanks for watching. If you're curious more on how all this works, the video continues.
This is a table.
No, this is God.
No, this is a mutilated tree.
A divine mutilation?
It's just wood. Exactly.
Actually, this is just a series of particles of varying vibration in probably de Sitter space. There's a chance that energy and mass are the imagination of ourselves. You're all right.
And you're all wrong. It's a mutilated partial God energy vibration tree, or also known as cake. Wait, what? The table?
No way, it's solid wood. Watch this.
Oh my God, it's cake!
This is insane! Whatever the case, if you want to analyze it, it's an expression nonetheless, like this video. This video is a table in a way, like variations of expressions.
Exactly. Exactly. They're all right and they're all wrong. Man, am I just the next Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg. Perfection. But we've all been in a situation like this. Nah, we've been in this exact situation. This very table with these very people, and they said the same thing. For those of you sticking around, here's basically how the toolkit works. I made this video where it changes voices, but you'll get the idea. Anyway, let's go!
Take anything you want to look at more carefully. A thought, a feeling, a statement, a memory, a piece of art, even a quiet moment of silence. All these different things we are making expressions to analyze. They represent and reflect other things. If we focus on one thing to analyze, other things have to be around to give what we are analyzing reference. Helpful related ideas gather around. These connections grow and strengthen, forming a supportive web of understanding. Together, they create a complete and harmonious picture. Those helpers begin linking to the main thing and to each other. Some connections form strong and clear, others stay lighter. Together they start building a web of support, but not everything connects. A few pieces simply refuse. Instead of forcing them, we carefully set them aside into a protected space for open mysteries. They stay visible, conceptually and visually here off to the right. They're just not made to fit. Now we look at what's left. How strong is the web that does connect and what doesn't? We measure the strength of the support that's actually there. Here is the heart of it. On one side, the solid connections. On the other, the open mysteries. Meaning isn't just the solid part. It lives in the balance, in the living tension between what holds and what stays open. You now have a clear provisional picture. The solid parts, the open edges, everything is visible, nothing is hidden. And now the whole picture is handed back to you. You can keep it, you can adjust it, you can mix it with other ideas, or you can set it aside completely. The choice is yours.
Okay. Yeah, no, I enjoy it. By the way, this toolkit deals with transduction, which basically means any video, any song, anything, any argument, any thoughts you have, they're all expressions. Like, it turns it into that. So you can analyze whatever you want. AI is very helpful. I get it. I vibe coded philosophy. We can hash all that out later. The last thing I guess I'm gonna say is this. Any comments, reposts, shares, likes, donations? Maybe I do have a buy me a coffee. Not necessary. But I do appreciate anything and everything you want to respond with about this. If you care about the philosophy and want to talk about it. I got expressionalism1@gmail.com if you want to get more direct with me. Yeah, it's just another method out there, another way of dealing with truth seeking. But I guess the last thing I'm really gonna leave you with is just go live your life however you want. Nothing about this says that there's a way to be or what to do or how to act. But that state of just being alive, if you want to put it this way, there's that versus the state of analyzing, philosophizing, assessing, cutting up and putting parts together. That's kind of a different state. And if you do that, you're allowing for uncertainty, really. Anyway, this whole thing caters to that. And it caters to any belief, any idea, whatever you think, whatever you want to do, and it doesn't tell you what to do, what you should think, what actually exists or not. It's a mirror, if you want to put it that way. It's reflecting back on you what you're analyzing. Otherwise, thanks for coming. Maybe I'll see you out there. Maybe I won't. Don't make the wrong decisions. Don't stop being yourself. Bye. Bye. Hi. Hey. What am I doing? I gotta go walk the dog.